Very good morning to you. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. It is just gone and 11 o'clock, and we are celebrating. You know, we're celebrating. We have balloons. We have the legend, TV royalty, 35 years in the biz. Well, Christine Bell's here from Pinflair. How are you, lovely?
Fine, thank you. Thank you.
35 years.
Yeah, started the company, on my birthday, 35
You
years.
did my day. You should buy it for this house.
Just inside the Christmas card.
You around, it won't cost him.
Engine now, that's
If you've any questions for Christine, get them all in now in the chat. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. I think my Facebook, my YouTube, Hobby Makers YouTube, and also the Hobby Maker Facebook page. We think so. We think we're there. We think we are all there and good to go. So get all your questions in when you can. Let's go all the way up. This is going to be a bit like This Is Your Life in about 40 minutes. Okay. I'm going to go quick through this. So you started Pinflair back in 1990.
Yeah.
What was that spark? What made you go, we're going to start something?
Always been into crafts, always loved crafts from a child, really. And we had the chance to do the sequins, really. This is where we started with all these beautiful sequin decorations.
So that's how the maybe just you're still small company. There's not loads of you. Yes.
I'm back down again, but
Well, then you started. What was that whole thing of? You know what? I'm going to do sequins.
well, I had an infertility problem, really. So you did well. And I was a manageress of a baker's school, and then I went and had IVF a few times, and we just thought didn't really want to go out to work and relax, and so I started these sequin decorations, which
So you started. So it didn't start as a hobby.
yes,
More for you rather than
making money.
making you. Just making you busy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never knew this. So, what was your very first? Can you remember your very first sequin object?
The first one I was was the Christmas trees, actually, little Christmas tree decorations.
Okay.
But the Christmas, because it always relates to Christmas. Oh, we do others, we do eggs and we do decorations and things like that. But Christmas was always our biggest.
Your biggest one.
Yes, yeah. And then we started doing craft fairs, these little outdoor craft fairs, which we used to argue. I wanted to set it up one way and he wanted to set it up another way. And then from there, after we did craft fairs for quite a few years and made our kits, we had our first brochure printed, which Nigel printed.
Okay.
So that was so it was really a family concern. Then they brought in doing exhibitions, but they said it was going to bring. They were just dedicated craft for made, not made goods where you could be a potter and all that. It was actually hobby shows, and we started doing them, and then it went. Our next jump in the career jumped big then to doing those shows.
So it started off with a really small idea, just
A Saturday or a Sunday or
like a little print fair, something like just we'll make and sell, we'll make and sell. Did you ever think back then, 35 years ago, that you would be where you are now?
Well, I should be retired. It's just the way it grew, really, and like went on. Just the business has given us such a lovely career. Really, we've travelled most of the world with our crafts and hobbies. We've done shows all around the world. We've been to Vegas. We did a craft fair in Vegas. All of the American big craft shows. But when we first started, Nigel and I went to Hong Kong for the first time, the new territories, it was a lot different than it is even now when we've been back. But we got the telephone book out of the hotel and went to these places. There was no internet. We didn't
It was old school.
And phones, we didn't even use no phones. We was doing it. So that's how we first started.
It's
Ourselves.
a long way. In theory, it was a very well. It's not theory. It was a very small business. There was no internet. There was no fax machines. There was no.
We just literally got on a plane to Hong Kong and
I thought, well, we're going to go and try and do that.
find our own suppliers.
So after sequins
Yeah.
came around, what
Yeah.
was your next big thing that you thought this is going to be our?
Then we went into the low density polystyrene, which is soft. This styrene comes from America, and this is perfectly safe for decorations. The pins won't fall out. That's a different type of craft. Then, because we was already into polystyrene, we started bringing in the low density polystyrene, which is soft polystyrene, which you can cut into and you put fabrics onto, things like that. So that brought the fabric into play. And then we needed a glue to stick polystyrene, and that's quite a hard product to stick. So we tried different glues and everything, and that's how we got into manufacturing our own glues.
So it's just something that
We needed.
we need a glue
Yeah.
that sticks this together. We will go out and source a glue. So which was your first? Was it Pinflair, the original? Was that the
Gel.
first glue gel that you?
Yeah, glue gel was the first product we had made for us. And then from Pinflair glue gel, we'd always used a book binding type glue, which is known in the printing industry. Again, that brings Nigel back into it because he was a printer, and
Not a painter.
that's
Like it was this morning.
so that's brought. So then we found we wanted a glue. I wanted my book binding glue, and I needed it to be less water content. So again, we sourced it and had it made.
Back in the earlier days, up until you started making glue, because I'm guessing that's a tricky point.
Yeah.
Was there any point where you wanted to go, you know what? I'm going to go and get a real job. I'm going to go and get a 9 to 5. Or has it always been, you know what, we'll see this through to the end, regardless?
It's just always I've always enjoyed it, I must be honest. At the beginning, as I said, I had the infertility troubles and that didn't work, and then I think it was 18 years we'd been married before then we adopted our 2 children.
Okay.
So again, having your own business, you could run from her, well, we had a factory unit then, we had a unit, but take the children to school, you could have your time off when you wanted time off. So yeah, it's always fitted in with what we've always done. Yeah.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
And then you've just
It grew.
it just got bigger and bigger.
Shop. We had a big premises shop, which if anyone's thinking of opening a shop, so I think that was a bit of a mistake in our business career.
Okay, so why opening a shop was it? Because you would think that would be the next big thing.
It's quite a tie to have a shop. You need staff it all the time and everything, and just wasn't.
You just couldn't do what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So, for 10 years, I think I had my shop. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a long distance. You're not going to do a shop 10 years later. You're still there. From those early days, was there anything else that you actually thought? Yeah, sorry, my iPad's gone dead. From my early days, is there anything there that sticks in your mind? That obviously you've got your very first product of your Christmas trees. Is there anything else that sticks? You go, they were fun times. They were. I wish we could go back to sort of. Or do you like the progression moving forward?
I've always been a person to design things, so there's always another idea there somewhere, but to under pressure. But there's always, I'm always coming up with the next idea. Really, I'm quite good at that. Nigel's the money man. He has to keep a control.
I want this.
Whereas, no, we can't say there ever was. No.
So do you come up with? I think you can. Do you come up with everything? So is it? So if Nigel's the money man, as it were, do you come up with the design and how it's going to work and how it's going to be built, or does Nigel have a little input, or you're like, no, don't keep doing. I want to spend.
He's hit out with an idea. So I thought about making. I don't know. We've just doing now a big advent tree, and I said, yeah, I have. So he'll sort of put his little input in, but you could never make it. Said he's just not there. But I'm the one that would come up with the idea. But then Nigel's the one that comes up with the instruction bits.
This
Because
is a printer,
well, and also
not a painter. You're a painter. So
he's better at spelling them.
sends me. The windows of the places.
You know, it's funny.
The Lawrence is ring. Good morning to every single one of you. You have all Pinflair glues. Could the photo glue come back, or do you do an alternative?
No, that's a good question, but
Thank you.
it's one that is my big bugbear at the moment. The laws changed in Europe about ingredients in glues, and they had to take two of the ingredients out of our photo glue and our wall stick glue.
Okay.
They sent us new samples, which we've had. They're just not a patch on the old glues. And because they're not as good, I don't want to put our name to a glue that doesn't
That's true.
work, that we've always sold and always had.
So no is the answer.
Not at this, we've not given up. I spoke to them about a month ago, and they're sending us another sample of changing it again. So it's still there, and we're still working on it, but until they can come up with something
It's
better.
not there.
No.
Keep the questions coming in as well. I've got a working iPad. I can see them. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, all the questions will come through either to myself or Kat is on screen. So we've gone through the early years and then we got to the glues. How did we move on to the world of fabric and cartonnage and your sticker? How did we get to that bit? Because that's different.
We've also had fabric.
Okay.
Of the cutting and pushing into the polystyrene, and we was friends with a company in Holland. They're no longer in business now. That did a version of cartonnage. It wasn't the same as I do mine, but it's a version of it. And they had their kits put into our catalogue, which we did very well from them. And then they had family issues and illnesses, and they couldn't produce the kits anymore. So that's when we went into more doing it our way, and so it changed over. So it started off as a Dutch company thing, but not like we're doing it.
So you sort of put the once they sort of went, you put your own Pinflair spin on it and do what you do now. It's what we all know.
Which is my best selling kit.
Is it your first ever? Was it the first ever Dutch kit?
First ever, but it's my best selling kit.
What's the first ever?
First, just tissue boxes and things like that, basic ones. But yeah, this one.
This one is your best
And this is-
bestseller.
yeah.
I like this one because it all folds out. It normally has sweets on the inside.
Yes,
Yes, it has. It's got sweets on the inside. There's always a canter full of sweets at some point along the line.
This is on today's show.
We're going to come on to that because it's very. We'll touch on it now for those people that may not be able to join us later.
When you're on the frog.
You have got two shows today, and they're sort of sales shows. It's for birthday savings.
Prices for the
Which you do anyway. Your savings, your prices are always phenomenal. So if you've gone better than that, now is the time to try Pinflair. What time are your shows?
1 and 6.
There you go, 1 and 6 today. Amazing deals, cracking deals across the board that you've got on this one. Remember, you can shop ahead. No, you can't shop ahead yet. That you've got. We think it may all go. So if you're going to see, watch the shows 1 and 6 o'clock tonight. Talking about the TV, then, so you've got brands, you've got your glues, you've got your sequins. I've never seen the sequins before though. Never seen them before. Yeah, never seen them in any show I've ever done with it. So we've got sequins, the OGs. We've moved on to cartonnage.
Yeah.
We've got your original glue gel, which everyone used, whether you were on certain channels or not.
Yeah.
It was either
Covered up.
with skin to leave or you weren't allowed to say if it was on another channel. Times have changed. Where did the TV come into it? Because I'm guessing that wasn't in your plan either.
We was in craft fair and proper craft fair, and Alan and Barry were around in the day. Approached us and said, "Have you ever thought about doing TV?" And silly TV, no. Anyway, they talked us into doing it, and we went and did Ideal World.
So that's where it started, an Ideal World.
Before Create Craft.
And then well, 35 years. So how long have you been on TV for? Because obviously it wouldn't have been in the earlier days.
28 years, I think. First,
Okay, so it wasn't that long.
yeah, it was just after the fire at
I do well. How old are you, Kat?
30 this year. That's what I'm saying, Larry.
I thought that's what I was. Yes. Those years of TV that you've done,
Yeah.
you see,
100.
I was floor manager. Yeah, man. Who dreaded craft because it was a really scary thing. I used to, that's not too different before, but it was different times. So yeah, I used to be a floor manager at the time, and obviously we'd set up shows and things like that. Did you see once again you sticking around on TV, or was that something that you thought we'll just take each day as it comes?
Yeah, when it first started, we used to get like one show a month or something, and then it changed and we started Crate and Craft, and I was the first guest on Crate and Craft.
You were.
Yeah, very
A
first.
certain percentage you used to fill time with.
So yeah, we did that, and then yeah, just always been there, always done it. Always.
And then, so how do you find time to well, not reinvent, it's new stuff, because every time we did shows in the later years, you had new glues, you had new how do you find the time with not only TV, not only coming up with new projects, not only is that a you and Nigel thing like, right, we need to go and find a MDF glue, we need to go, or does it move with the business?
Right, so good business, but yeah, we have an idea and then source it. Yeah, that's business, really. Yeah, that's how we did most of the things have happened that way. But or we come up with an idea and then yeah, it just changes and it evolves over time. So yeah, because there's not that much new in the craft industry, really. If you look back, a lot of the things have been done. We're bringing back crafts that we did back years ago. Oh,
It's true. With the new generations.
yes.
I haven't said love us in the business in all the years I've been doing it.
So, yeah,
But back to the glue gel, it's sort of what you're synonymous with now. The Pinflair glue gel, it's used around the
we're
world.
very lucky. Yeah,
There's
it's such a good product. Again, it's working with companies abroad because obviously Olbar is a Dutch company that helped us source it and do it. So yeah, it's just we've built up such good friendships with so many of us people of different companies we've met, really.
and but it does do everything.
Yeah.
It's the thing. It's my light outside my house as well. There's nothing, to my knowledge, there's nothing really like it out there on the market.
Silicon glues, so it's similar to a silicon glue, but there's no silicon in it. So that's the good thing about that glue. It is safe to use. It hasn't got the odors. It hasn't, but it does.
That's the job you wanted to do and more. Have you got any memorable moments from those TV days, early TV days, that sort of stick with you and you go, why am I doing this again? I should be in the Bahamas.
Oh, I'll tell a funny story, which actually involves Nigel Mann.
Let's do it.
Hard at home, and usually I'm doing my prepping the night before. Work better under pressure, as we say. Anyway, I made this birthday, and it was my Nigel's birthday, so I thought, oh, I can it's the same card. And I did this. I should have put champ on these two banners on this card. So I'm on air making it, and I've realised just halfway through I'd put camp, and you know how Nigel is. And I wrote this card, and then it's got happy birthday Nigel as well. So obviously, thank Nigel, and he's never ever let me forget that one. On his dressing room door for ages. Yeah, that was quite a funny on a moment that you think, oh my God. To the spec.
Yeah, classic making cards. That's not good. You really need to write it out beforehand. But you've also done some firsts. You did the one and only, to my knowledge, cruise, craft cruise.
Yeah.
That has never been spoken about again. Wheeler did mention when we spoke to Wheeler, and we asked Christine about the cruise. What happened on the cruise?
It wasn't a cruise. It was a show.
Sounds about right.
It was so, we all got so seasick. It was so rough. It was, and there was too many crafters for the places we had to work in, and it was an experience. But I'm not going to throw this one back. Next time you see Dawn,
Okay.
ask her about suntan creams.
I will do. Exactly. Not only did you do the first cruise that you've got there, you're now lucky enough, because of the brand it's huge. It genuinely is huge, that you are lucky enough to go on cruises and do crafting. And
Yeah.
how did that come about?
Well, we was again. A lot of it goes back to TV because I was working at CNC, and that was when Julie Peasgood was.
I know the name.
She was our craft ambassador, and she'd started up a little craft business, and she said, I've got this idea about going into making teaching on crafts as a group. There's always a crafter on usually.
Yeah.
Just doing a little bit of card making, things like that. But Julie wanted to bring a whole team of us together, and we all go, and so it's more time than it is sort of like, but we do have really good time.
Right. Well, I've heard some of the stories we're kind of had.
Teach for about an hour and a half a day in the morning or afternoon, and then it's very
That must be nice.
lovely. We've seen some beautiful places and
still doing what you enjoy.
beautiful but lovely people that I'm still friendly with, and they still crafters watch us on the TV and everything. So yeah, it's been lovely, really good.
How many cruises have you done?
I've done 8 now, and I've got 5 more books.
Right, just looking some jealous. I actually every time I see Kristen. Where are you off to for the rest of the year?
This year we've got Spain, France, and Portugal, and then come back from that one, and then 5 days later I go off for a 4-week one round Turkey and.
Oh, yeah, they're not one style. Right, go on.
There are a few months the sales on the arms. What I'm thinking is, could you maybe move these up here? I don't know if it'll help. I've tried everything.
We'll try everything else. We're still learning our new equipment. We're all still trying to learn. Is it just Facebook?
It's everything.
Let's move on to customers.
Yes.
Because they're your big, obviously, without them, none of this
You haven't got business.
none of this would have happened. Do you take feedback on board and change products accordingly?
We try, obviously, always listen to the customers.
Yes.
Always.
That is one of your it is one of your things that you're very big on customer service.
Thank you. And well, we are, and also if we can help people, we do. That's me. So no, yeah. If there's ideas out there, we had a lady the other week wanted something for a daughter's special wedding. So we can help if we can, and but it's usually something out there we can help. Yeah.
If people, this more goes for the shows today or previously that you bought, if people have bought any of the cartonnage or the sticker books or the anything, what it might be, some of the pin work that you've got, and they do get stuck, where can they go to find this help and support?
I'm usually at the end of the phone, to be honest.
Okay.
Often I will, especially nowadays, more so than going back when we was away in the road and doing different exhibitions. But now we're mostly in Hertford at the unit, and yeah, anyone, please. We are on Facebook and all of the sites. Just contact us. We'll always try and help if we can.
What do we search? Pinflair.
Just Pinflair. It's quite easy, yeah.
Pinflair.uk is it's all for you to go and look at. What about now?
I'd rather people phone me though.
Are you more of a phone chit chat?
You can talk.
Stop you from working because you don't want to be on the phone.
Sometimes you emails. It just
Phone to phone.
yeah, same here.
You get the answer a lot quicker, I
Yes.
find,
Yes.
rather than messages back.
Read messages in a different way as well, which I think
Sometimes think They're really miserable and really upset. Actually, I'm like, I just wanted to know what was going on, to be perfectly honest. Where did the peel-offs come into all this?
From the Dutch connection with the glue, and also we used to go over to Holland lots and lots, and I've come from Holland originally, and we got friendly with Time Out, which is the manufacturer of the peel-offs, and then we started working with them. I came up with ideas. The matchets was my idea, or we'd say we want a range made in certain designs, and we just work well together.
That's good. Where do you see Pinflair going? You would like Pinflair. Wants to retire. Do you see it going? Maybe not with you, but where would you like to see Pinflair going?
The brand is good and strong and everything, and the glue, I'd hate to think it would die with my sort of thing.
It's down now.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, just something it will go on.
It'll go on.
I'm sure.
What would you like it to go on to, though? Would you like it to go bigger with more product design, with more things, or just keep going out there as long as go?
Still, yeah, there's still more things to be. There's always a new design or new pictures or new fabrics or something to be out there, and glues. Nice.
Glue-glues.
New glues.
New glues, glue-glues.
New things. Well, I'm working on one actually. I'm not going to say because it's cheese.
Then I have an excuse. Questions. Oh, here we go. If you've got them, we call them out. This is.
Student house comes every year from Jennifer Shaw.
Ah, there you go.
It's on the show today.
Then Christine, no, Nikki has said, Christine is such a kind lady and is happy to give smaller businesses a leg up. You got it, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We started selling 3D card making templates, and she saw them at a craft show in Exeter and helped us get our products on TV. A true gem. She really helped us. Who's that, I wonder? Who was? Can you remember that? The dragons.
Do you see a lot of people when you do this?
No, that is true. That is true. And Nikki, let us know who you are and what your brand is.
I think I know. Do know. Yeah, I think I do.
We'll try and get it sorted. We are trying to get everything sorted that we can. That Christmas tree. You've got on there. You know what's wrong with the sound?
It's just plugging them up. I don't think it'll work.
That won't work. My laptop. Anyway, we're here to finish anyway. One more question. Well, two more questions to ask. Is it been easier creating Pinflair now technology has moved on?
Not for me. I'm not a tech person at all. I really am. I try, but no, it's not me. You see all this like mics and things. I don't know.
Before we go,
Till Christmas.
till Christmas.
Christmas, and where we started, the sequins as I've just shown, but more than I've just teased you with here. We've got the big best-selling kits, the tree, the gingerbread, the sleigh, obviously. So lots of sweets on the set. Everybody.
You like that, so done.
Then we've got some of the glues, obviously, and a very good glue bundle.
A very good.
A birthday glue.
A very good glue bundle. If you've never tried the glue gel before, the Pinflair glue gel, just buy one tube. Genuinely, you will be fit. It's one of those that sits on my desk, and I was meant to message you for another one. It sits on my desk.
Right.
You use it genuinely for everything.
Yeah.
Not just card making.
No.
It fixes the soles of my shoes. It's put license plates back on cars
Yeah.
before we sell them.
I had one of these with all the strawberry plants in it with the different holes.
Genuinely works on everything. And it's also watertight, which
Yes.
I like. It's all
Inside the house, outside the house as well.
so anything that you need glue gelling, this is the bundle to go for. Thank you so much, Christine. It's been a pleasure.
Lovely.
It's been a pleasure.
Worried.
Christine, to me. Questions do, but I skip those. Stay tuned. There's loads more coming up. 1 and 6 over on the main channel with Christine, and then we are back tomorrow with Sandra from Centangle. We will see you then. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you to you.